left behind. 11 years ago, the humidity, mosquitoes, lakes, streams, and miles of forest in the Adirondacks, to the man-made aqueducts, sunny sky, dry, and high elevations of Colorado. At first I noticed that the horizon was bigger, an account that the trees were far and few between. The moon is much larger here, and I assume the sun is closer to us as well. Breathing was difficult, and I felt like I was in a constant state of dehydration. You need to drink a couple quarts a day here. Funny thing is, I do not remember drinking water back in New York. Everything seems to have a sharp point here. The rocks, grasses, vegetation. The grass is the color of the wheat, and the stone was not gray, but red, yellow, blue, and even brown. The mountains are not smooth boulders, but rough and unstable slabs of stone, slipping under your feet as you walk. The soil seemed to be dust and hardened clay. I took many photos over the years and learned to appreciate Colorado even more. It gets hot here, and the sky is blue most of the year. However, it is a blue that pales in comparison to that of a sky near great bodies of water. The winters seem long, but the snow only remains for a moment. The sun never is really far away in Colorado. Hey there, this is Canadian Conquistador again, and I'm got another video for you. This topic's going to be on community gardens and rental plots, and how you can be growing fresh produce this spring, even if you do not own land yourself. I hope you enjoy this video, I hope you like it, and subscribe. I remember gardening back in the days, but only here and there, and I didn't really enjoy it so much. When I first came out here, Carrie had rented a garden plot in the local area, and while she was at work, I would often go to it out of sheer boredom. I was unemployed at the time, and I would clean it up a bit. Weeding was not fun, and the ground was awfully dry. I remember having to water a lot also. Suna is working her best friend's garden. I think the plots were around 20 by 20, and it did not look like the soil had any nutrients in it whatsoever. I remember seeing this gardener's plot with a built-up trellis made of electrical metal conduit poles with squash that had wrapped around and reached all the way to the top of this 10-foot trellis. I wondered what he was doing that we weren't. There was a deep secret involved with gardening. Isn't it supposed to be as easy as placing seed in the ground and watering it? Why does my lettuce look horrific? I noticed something different about his plot. His soil was black. 3 years later, I would learn some of these skills myself. So what are community gardens? Community gardens are usually a large piece of land, either broken into individual rental plots that you tend to either on private or semi-public land. It can also be a large plot of land in which everybody tends to the entire plot as a gardening community. However, you should look at the details of each community's guidelines because they are all very much different from one another in their objectives. Community gardens are a great way for people who are not able to grow their own food at home to come together with like-minded people. Where are community gardens located at? Well, just get on the internet and Google local rental plots or local rental gardens, and you're most likely going to have one within driving distance. Here in Arvada, according to the Arvada Gardeners website at arvadagardeners.org, they have 2 plots to rent from. The first has 140 plots, the second one's smaller and located on a private property at the well house. They offer free gardening workshops. Memberships require a 15-hour volunteer community work within the garden plots, also requiring an application and release form submitted before approval. After attending the 1-hour orientation and training, you will be provided with a key to the gate to the garden. The fees are $40 per plot and $25 for a raised bed, and that includes the entire season. Regular plots are 12 by 22 for full member status, and accessible 6 by 8 plots for full member status also. From the arvadagardeners.org website. Besides the garden plots, the community garden in Arvada has a greenhouse, compost area, ditch and water pump, a barn, a butterfly pavilion, pumpkin patch, a gazebo, and they offer water for their memberships for watering the gardens. The community in 2014 offered to the food banks of Arvada 1,900 pounds of fresh produce from the gardens. So why community gardens? It reduces vagrancy in abandoned plot, increases better air quality, gives places for you to retreat to that are quiet, and provides food for your family. It also reduces stress, just lessons in life such as fragility of life. It's wildlife a sanctuary, a habitat for them to live in. So there you have it. That's community gardens. A short video summing it up. We learned that even if you don't own property or land yourself, that you can still grow produce by renting a plot yourself. It's not something that's shut off to people that are not landowners. You can still grow. So I encourage you to do so, and do so via the rental plots. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you very much. See ya.